Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Paul, I'm with the DiceyReview.com, and today we're going to be checking out the Lime expansion for Fabled Fruit. This game was released by Stronghold Games in the US and designed by Friedman Freeze. So setup for the Limes expansion will be similar to setting up for Fabled Fruit, the base game, but there are going to be some differences, so we'll go ahead and illustrate those now. To start off, you will form the locations in the play area. This will be done by laying out stacks of 3 each from the locations 48 through 53 from the base game. You will then place out 4 of the 1L location cards and 2 of the 2L location cards from the expansion location deck. This will form the play area, and after you're done placing all of these locations out, you will place the location deck in a face-up stack next to the play area. Next, place the 15 Lime fruit cards next to the play area in a face-up supply. The game comes with some new components: the gambling tokens, the Lime fruit token, and the camouflage coat, and these will be set aside because they may come into play as you discover more locations. Since location 51 is in play, you will need to set out the fruit mix cards next to the play area. You'll shuffle the 60 fruit cards and deal 2 to each player. You will then place the fruit cards in a supply and make sure to leave room for a discard pile. Then you'll form the market by placing 5 cards face up from the top of the fruit card supply. Each player will then select an animal character along with the matching cardboard cutout, and then a start player will be chosen randomly. After that player is chosen, they'll get to pick any one of the unused animal tokens to set near their play area to mark that they are first player for the game. Now, to play the game, you will play exactly as you normally play Fabled Fruit. You'll use the same win conditions, you will use the same text on the cards, the turn order and the actions that you can take will be exactly the same. But I do want to highlight some of the new components and some of the new locations so that you'll know a little bit about what makes this expansion different from the base game. Now, as you can see from the first 2 revealed locations, there is a new fruit in the game that we looked at during setup. There is the Lime fruit. And now this fruit will be gained a little bit differently than some of the other fruits are gained, but it's used in a similar way. You can use limes to buy Fabled juices, you can trade limes with other players to take actions at some of the locations, but let's look at how you gain a lime. So the very first location here says that if a player comes to this location, they can take 1 lime from the lime pile into their hand. Now, as you can see, the limes are not shuffled in with the rest of the cards. To start the game, they're placed in a face-up stack. So when this card tells you to gain a lime, you would simply take 1 from the face-up stack and put it into your hand. However, when limes are spent to the discard pile, they're placed in with the other fruits. What will happen is, as this discard pile is shuffled and redealt to players, all of the limes will slowly work their way into the main deck of cards, and at that point they can be drawn randomly from the pile. After they're discarded and then shuffled again, they'll be drawn just like any other card. Alright, so this is a bit of a spoiler, so I apologize for that, but I did want to take a moment to look at the 2 new components to the Lime expansion. This camouflage coat and the gambling tokens that will come out, because they're a pretty interesting new twist, and I think they make the game very interesting. So the first location that will come out is this Be Invisible location. Now when this location comes out, the camouflage coat is added to the pool. If a player comes to the invisible location, they get to take the camouflage coat and place it in their supply. When you have the camouflage coat, you can go to any other location where other players might be or where the thief might be, and you won't have to pay fruits to them when you go there with this camouflage coat. If you were to go to this location and someone else had the camouflage coat, you would take the camouflage coat from that player and put it in your supply. The gambling token location is very interesting as well. When this one comes into play, the 6 gambling tokens would be placed in a pool next to the board so that all players could then gain them. Now when you come to this location, you will gain 1 of these gambling tokens. The gambling tokens allow you to push your luck a little bit and possibly help you when buying Fabled juices. When you go to a location to buy a Fabled juice, you can discard any number of these gambling tokens. When you do, you will turn over 3 cards from the top of the fruit stack, and you will get to use any of those cards that you turned over, plus the cards that you have in your hand, to possibly pay for the costs of any of these locations. If you don't turn over the cards that you need, tough luck, you're not able to buy that location. All right, everybody, that was our video. Thanks so much for watching. We hope that it was helpful, and we hope it was informative. If you have any questions, you can always email us at thedicey@gmail.com. You can check out our website for our full written thoughts and reviews of minigames. That's at thedicey.com. You can listen to our podcast, the Dicey Review Podcast, on iTunes, Stitcher, or any other podcast app. And you can always check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/thedicey-review. And be sure to interact with us on our guild at boardgamegeek.com as well. Until next time, we'll see you at the table.